What is that? Hey.
Ink, what's going on?
Oh Lord. Nothing, just here. What up? Fire? After you
Fire, Skino the God, what it do?
and Skino. Am I saying that right? And Skino?
Yeah, M Skino. Melanated,
Hey.
Kevin 4K. What up, what up?
Listen, don't be putting people out here like aunties. We not aunties. Not today.
Yeah, we know what it is. He making sure he keep his mannerisms up. Don't try to hate on him now. What up, Platinum Sound? What it do? God, you already know.
Oh goodness.
What's going on? What's going on, man? How you been, Ink?
Man, this week, I don't know. This week was a lot for me. I just feel like
Tell me about it.
ever since I went back to work, I realized working not my happy place.
Yeah, you missed where you was now, right? I couldn't wait to get out the house. Now I'm out the house, like, damn, why did I even leave?
No, see, I'm not used to being in a house. I feel like I'm always in the house, but I always got like 20 things going on. So I don't know, it's been a busy summer, but I can't recall 10 things that I did. And I kind of know it at the same time, if that makes sense. I just feel like it was a lot
I understand.
And then, I don't know. But yeah. So it is what it is. What about you? How's your week going?
Oh my gosh. Busy is an understatement.
I was getting over that back to school whole thing. I never really get that. Them kids came and jacked me up. They brought all their germs home, gave it to the baby who ran around for 3 days, kissing everybody, and she gave it to me. And I think getting it from her was worse because it had me on my ass. Like, I hardly it had me on my ass. So.
That was crazy. How you doing, Lead with Passion? What's good? Thanks for joining us tonight.
All right. So what we talking about? I didn't even get my drink yet. What we talking about?
Let us know. You know, let the public know. They wanted to hear from you. What up, Glamazon?
Oh, y'all missed me? Right.
Yeah, they missed you. I was here last week, you know, giving them his story. They was like, holy shit. They needed her story. It was just his story last week.
I appreciate that. I can't believe your ego let you say it out loud, though.
What you mean?
I leave with passion. I appreciate you.
They need it. Because, you know me, I can't give her story. I don't even try.
Listen, you can't give his story too good either. I ain't gonna lie, but.
Nah, you crazy. My story always lit. You wildin'. Yeah.
I know he's wildin'-ish.
That's right. That's fact. Let him know. Let him know, Passion.
Holding it down. Spicy Red, what up?
What up, Spicy?
So I'm torn. We do, in my opinion, we do some real subjects of substance, right? We always get to the hardest stuff.
I agree.
Like every once in a while, we gotta like spice it up. Not so much with light topics, but more like the fun stuff. As long as everybody willing to keep it real. Like as long as we gonna keep it real in here, it could be good, nice.
Well, his story only keeps it real. Like, yeah, I don't know why this doesn't have to be a statement that's made.
Skino, no.
Yeah, Skino, we know.
Y'all
they starting their ish early.
No. Not at all.
We know, Skino.
But so I'm torn. So I know we were talking whatever before, but I feel like the people need to be let's have the people contribute. So
have the people have the deciding factor on what it is. Try something different tonight. Give them what? 2 options and.
I I had one that's more, I guess they both substance, but one was more based on conversations that I had with someone, right? Her and her significant other are having a struggle. And I think a lot of men would be happy with this struggle. Could be wrong, but y'all let me know. So topic number one is, I have a friend who is interested in inviting another woman into the bedroom with her and her man. The problem is, well, there's two problems. One is that they can't decide on how to pick who they bringing in and how to approach the subject. And the other one is more of their taste in who should join. And then
when you say who, what do you mean? Like whether it should be a man that joins or a woman that joins?
No, I think they've decided it's going to be a woman. Now we'll talk about the specifics. And then my other topic, which I want to, approach one way or another, one time or another, is if, we always talk about love and love, but if you have real love, is there anything that can be done in the midst of being in love that can make you lose love? And if so, what are those things? What are those deal breakers? What are those things that will get you out of love? And it don't have to be, oh, he cheated, he got a baby on the other side of town. That could be one of those, but other things.
The way the nigga season his chicken, he season his chicken like white people, There
are things that will drive you crazy, and it's like, okay, would that be enough to make you fall out of love? So it's different things. So what do y'all want to do? We going spicy, or we going with a little more of the substance? Okay. All right,
so lead with passion, of course, with the education as topic two.
Let's hit them love notes. That's
right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, salt and pepper. That's right. His story can handle both of them, just so y'all clear. You know what I'm saying? Both of them, his story is with it.
Okay, I need you to remember that sometimes. We're a team. It's like you handle both subjects. We've heard you handle subjects.
You said what? You said, hold on, what? Say that again?
We've heard you handle subjects, so.
Yeah, and they all love it. It drives them all crazy. You love it. Everybody loves to get in the driver's seat when crazy's driving. Everybody loves it.
The women come back for you because they be tearing in your ass.
Yeah.
Want to see what you're gonna annoy them about this week, and for some reason the guys think I be lying, so they be coming back to hear what lies I'm telling. I done heard that before. What lies she telling now? And I'm like, damn.
They know what it is. They know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. We got either one because we got it.
I heard some of the topics. Some of your contribution on these topics. You struggling, brother. You struggling.
For me? Oh, no.
No, that's...
All right, so look, we got one for topic two. What y'all say? What's up?
I'm waiting for the input. And Skino talk about...
Skino saying either or like Choose saying.
I need a vote. I need some votes in here. We're going to give it a couple of...
Skino. Give them one, Skino. Just so they know we can pick. You know what I'm saying? We don't have problems with options. We'll choose one.
Okay. We got
topic one, press.
Topic one and topic two each got one vote. Where's our melanated? Where is Fire?
Melanated, she don't want to hot it up, but Melanated want to know about that threesome too. She like, yo, look, I want to say topic one, but that's going to be hot right now.
I know, right?
Let's talk about love because topic one's spicy.
Okay,
okay, so we got 2 for 2. Oh, 2 for 1.
2 for 2. 2 for 1.
2 for 1. Oh shoot! I got a tiebreaker. This is the tiebreaker right here. Next vote decides, yo.
Listen, Melanated, you be shocking me with these pictures.
Oh, there it goes. Topic one. Topic one it is. We're going to discuss how we getting this threesome popping. All right.
Like, then decided all the topic twos. I got outvoted. We're going to hold that off for another day. We're still going to post it. Think it's important still. Okay, fire came with the 1-2. I wonder why.
Oh, so 1-1.
I wonder why.
Next time, Passion.
She already know where her mind is. She was like, listen, I was ready. Let's what do we call it? The more the merrier?
Yeah, that's I mean, okay, so listen, right? Now threesomes. Threesomes is first of all, the level of love a person has to have for you to be able to be okay with visually seeing you being shared with someone else has to be outstanding. Like, it has to be ridiculous because that's not no easy task.
I understand what love have to do with that.
What do you mean?
Listen, or they could not give a shit about you enough that they don't care if you mess with somebody else.
Nah, if they didn't, then it wouldn't be no struggle. It'd be easy 1, 2, 3. They'd be like, yo, what? Choose her. Or you choose her, whatever it is.
All right, so here's the thing. Let's hit up the whole topic of just introducing someone new into the relationship, right? Period.
Right.
We're not talking about the bed, the relationship. For that to be a mutual decision, you don't think one person has to be thinking also about their own needs?
I mean, I guess the girl is probably like, curious in girls or something like that. So, or she probably already messed with girls. It was probably something that she was. And she's like, look, I don't want to cheat on you and get a girlfriend behind your back. How about, I get a girlfriend that we could share? You know what I'm saying? That she's our girlfriend for our relationship. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. The level of, like, the level of love you have to have for that person, instead of saying, yo, look, I want to play the field. You know what I'm saying? You trying to bring it into your relationship. You trying to add, on top of the love that you already got. Like, let me show you.
I think unless you added someone to the relationship as in okay, so I feel like there's a difference between a polygamy and a throuple.
Okay, so you're basically saying, like, you're trying to say there's a difference between, we just trying to go to the club, find some chick in the club that we both think is sexy, get her drunk, and take her home type thing, rather than I'm trying to have a relationship. Because, we're going to be drinking. It might be a lot.
let me give you a little bit of like a backstory, because Emskino, when you say fulfilled in their relationship, do you mean that you feel like someone has to be unfulfilled to want to introduce someone into the bedroom? I think it's what you like. If you like it and he like it and it works for y'all, then I think that's completely up to y'all. So I don't know if it's about her being unfulfilled. That wasn't the conversation, though, right? So the conversation...
In a way, though.
Huh?
In a way, though, because you think about it, right? Think about all the positions that threesomes presents. It's going to be, right? Either two women or
you're not...
or two.
Okay, let me do a little bit of the story. It's more of the conversation I had with her started with just the sexual aspect, because the issue wasn't so much should we introduce a girl into the relationship as far as like for sexual purposes, right? It wasn't like an ongoing thing. When we had the conversation, the issue was more of, as a woman, let's say you are light-skinned and thick, right?
Yeah.
So for the most part, okay, maybe I'm his type, or you like what you like. And he's like, nah, not that. Somebody thin, dark skin. And I think it started messing with her. Like, he went to like the complete opposite of what I am. is that what he liked? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, okay, well, I'm not attracted to that. So now what? And then it
No,
kind
but
of
it can't
came.
be like, why can't it be like this? Why can't it be like, yo, listen, all right, I already got chocolate ice cream, but I want cookies and cream. So
Yeah,
it's a whole different, you know, I don't want chocolate.
it could be that. That's not the conversation we had. Right? Okay. I'm telling you about the conversation we had.
Right.
But it was like, it started with like a, I don't like what he tells me he want for this. Because I think if I'm chocolate, you vanilla, and you want cookies and cream, but I want rum raisin, how do we agree? Somebody's going to have to compromise, or y'all going to have to just find the perfect person that y'all both attracted to.
Either that or y'all both going to have to just, like you said, not choose
Somebody
what both of y'all
team.
want and choose what both of y'all can agree on. You know?
Right.
Like,
but that is, listen, that's why it hasn't happened yet. And
right.
there's that.
Well, I'll say this.
So I thought the biggest struggle would have been getting to that place, period, to begin with.
Right. See, like Tito said. So this is why I said, remember you said, I said that guy's a fool because she's struggling. Now, in all of my experiences that I've ever had taking place in threesomes, right, I always made it mindful to just let it be her decision, bro. Whether it's what you like or you don't, let it be her decision. I mean, it was always easier for me to let her pick her too. I mean, yo, pick her. So this way, you don't feel like it's somebody I had in my pocket and I was just like, yo, come join us.
Okay, so the general consensus I think that most women feel is you gonna like whatever I pick because it's a girl. So you in it, like you're gonna be down for it, whatever. That's not necessarily how it went.
Right, because I mean, you know, they got a lot of guys that's a little prima donna-ish.
What?
They got guys that's a little prima donna-ish. You know, they kind of like, you know, I'm just saying, keeping it 100. Not too many real dudes that are manly is gonna really have an issue with it because they're gonna be like, yo, satisfying their partner, satisfying their woman.
When you single and maybe unfulfilled as frequently as you are in a relationship, you tend to maybe be a little more picky with what you're going to pick up because you're already good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anything outside of that is just extra. That's what I think. When you're single and you're horny and you don't got no guaranteed poom poom just laying around waiting for you, hey, you might lower the standards a little and get what you can get when you can get it. When you got,
all right, so look, Steven said he's worried more about his pleasure, right? But I would say I want to agree with that, but I can't because I'm like, yo, shouldn't be his pleasure be the fact that his shorty's gonna be there, unless he doesn't have pleasure with her and he's like, yo, no, I need to find something that I'm gonna feel pleasurable with.
But you're associating it with him being manly, and I don't feel like you could take that broad topic and be like, well, I would just fuck whoever.
Nah, not even just I mean, the majority.
Oh, now we want to talk. What happened to the don't we got to represent the minority?
I mean,
that's your bullshit ass statement.
That's what I'm saying. The minority we talking about is a fool.
Judgmental.
Yeah, so I'm talking about them. I'm going to address them as how I think they are.
So, okay. So, again, it comes back to conversation kind of veered into polygamy, right? As far as like, if a man brings another woman into the situation or the marriage or whatever, it's not so much for the wife's satisfaction. It's for his. He just wants to make sure they get along. But when you have
you never know, it might be for the wife's satisfaction. Him being able to deal with that might be able to make his marriage.
I love how I can never just finish what I'm saying before you start contradicting what you think I'm about to say.
Yeah. Yo, happy birthday, Kev.
Happy birthday. I'm mad you made us interrupt our conversation to wish you happy birthday.
Yeah, it's all good.
So
Yeah, yeah.
what I'm saying is, like, for polygamy, right? Even if it's the other way around, because there are cultures where women have multiple husbands, right? The
Yeah.
other person, the second, third, fourth person is usually brought in because that first person, whether it's the husband or the wife that's having multiple partners, they pick them. And they're not necessarily picking them to engage in sexual activity with everyone. It's just mainly with them and their relationship, but they want them to have a cordial, respectful relationship with the other wives or whatever, right? When it comes to throuple, where it is, I'm a woman, I'm with my man, but my man also has a girlfriend who's kind of like my girlfriend too. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a relationship, but it's a triangle instead of just, straight line between two. I feel like that's where it's different. So when you introduce a threesome to the relationship and both parties are with it, you have to compromise when it comes to the person you bringing in. It can't just be
Well, you see,
who
all right.
you want.
Let me help you understand this, right? See, so threesomes don't have to lead into thruples. Let's just get that straight. It doesn't have
We
to lead
we
into thruples.
we,
So,
we understood that. Why you
yeah,
gotta
no, no,
clarify
I
what
know. I'm getting to my point. I'm
yeah.
just stating fact to get to my point, right? So, being the fact that threesomes doesn't have to lead into thruples, like Skinner said, personally, most men is gonna be comfortable with whatever makes her comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be about me because this is going to be an experience. This is not something that's turning into a relationship, right? This is not something that we're adding. This is something we're saying, yo, we want to do this. We want to add some type of flair or experience to our relationship to say, yeah, we did some shit like that before. You know what I'm saying? So the decision of, oh, which one and how, the dude himself, it shouldn't be so tight about it because it's not someone they keeping around. Most dudes, most manly men are gonna be like, especially, come on, these most manly men, especially if she's sexy, you gonna throw that in him and he gonna take it.
That's the thing. You keep saying
Just
men
most
like
manly men,
they're
it's in our DNA, it's in who we are. We can't help it. She's hot, she's sexy. Well, listen, all right, I'm gonna give you a perfect example, right?
What I'm saying to you is, what if to you she's not hot or sexy?
So all right, so I'm gonna just bang my wife and then play the role. Come on.
What?
I'm gonna play the role. I'm gonna play it like when I see her, I'm gonna just see her. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Come on, like he complicating it.
So
No, seriously.
What you there for?
What do you mean? What I'm there for? I'm there for. I'm gonna participate both ways. But I'm just trying to say, to keep my mind in it is gonna be with my partner. Unless you're saying I'm not into my partner, then that makes it a problem. So if I'm not into my partner, then I'm like, oh, you're gonna add somebody? Then we gotta add somebody that I'm into, so this way we can really be lit.
You're not necessarily part of the puzzle then if you're not partaking with the other woman.
No, I am going to partake with the other person. I'm just saying where my mind is going to be, it's not going to be really about the other person. It's really going to be about my partner. So even though, yeah, I'm partaking with the other person, you know what I'm saying? My mind is still going to be, this is for my partner. Make sure I do what I got to do. Make sure I live up to my part of it. So my partner is satisfied.
Yeah, but just so if you are kind of taking yourself out of the equation a little bit, then you should just let her have a girlfriend, and you could just
go if that's the case,
go to the bar.
If I'm gonna let her have girlfriends, then we're gonna let each other have girlfriends, and I'm cool with that too. So I'm just trying to say that's turning it into a different type of relationship. If you're saying that we're doing this for an experience, you know what I'm saying? Then what you choose, because I'm like, 9 times out of 10, your girlfriend is going to choose someone that's attractive in a sense. Right, to her, in a sense. If most times your girlfriend and you're going to have some type of a similar something when it comes to taste, like you're going to see somebody and be like, oh, she's not pretty, but she's attractive. You know what I'm saying? And y'all could agree on that. Oh, she's not she had the sexiest body, but she's really cute in the face. You know, you're gonna be able to find something that you agree with your partner most of the time. It's gonna be very few times where.
But you can agree that someone is pretty and not want to sleep with them.
Yeah, but if your girlfriend wants to and you want to support your girlfriend, like I'm saying, most dudes are gonna support that thought because they're like.
I feel like your viewpoint is, well, if she agrees, let's just jump on it before she change her mind.
I mean, yo, listen. Yo, all right. In my life, I had a few of these, so I know what I'm talking about. I have a few of these, so I know what I'm talking about. Like, you can turn off the whole situation because now, in her mind, she gonna be thinking like, "Oh wait, you trying to keep this person around? I'm trying to do this for just an experience type of thing." And
but you say that like the roles can be reversed. If he say, "Oh, what about that thickie over there?" And she's looking like, why are you worried? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not into her. Why you know what I'm saying? It could be both ways. If she's into thick, it's like, okay, so you could bend to what I like same way as I could bend to what you like.
But maybe
you're saying as a man, you don't want to compromise.
No, if that's something that they do, it's like, yo, this is what we do. We do this. We go get a chick. Hold on.
This was the first approach.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. The first time is ladies first. That's just men etiquette. I'm trying to tell you how real men think in their brain. They're gonna say, yo, it's the first time, ladies first. If I can get her comfortable with it, the next time I could be like, yo, that was on you. This time is on me. You see, and that's where the compromise is. But being the fact that it's the first time and he's like, nah, not her. So then what? You trying to keep her, bro? Or you trying to beat her, bro? Like, what are you trying to do?
See, I feel like you're exaggerating the point. Like, they pointed to 20 people. If we have a conversation and then the first night we go out, we chilling, we in a lounge or, that environment, because it wasn't like a club environment. What are you just scoping out every single person? Yeah, her. No, not her. He just expressed, I guess, and again, if it's a fantasy for him, it's a fantasy for her. So if her fantasy is just having the woman and his fantasy is trying some shit he ain't never tried or trying a different type that he ain't never tried, because I don't think that it was he's never had a threesome. I think they're in a committed relationship. So it's like, oh, you into that? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't come off like it was, how can I say? He didn't, to me, the way she explained the story, it's not like he came off like, nah, I need to try this because I've never had a threesome before. It was almost like, I need to try this kind of girl because I might not have the opportunity to get with somebody that looked like this to try this because I'm in this relationship. That makes sense?
You're basically saying he's like, yo, this might be a one and done, so if it's one and done, I might as well get my cake so I can eat it too.
I really want. Right.
So this is what I'm trying to tell you. And this is why I go back to him being a fool.
So let me ask you, if your wife is light-skinned, she's thick, and that's typically your type, but not
which is typically my type in a way, yes.
Right, now you get the opportunity to try something. You already know what light and thick is. You're like, maybe I need a slimmy, dark skin. Let me see what that is, because this might be your opportunity.
Or I might be like, 2 heads are better than 1. I'll take 2 of those.
That's always going to be true.
What? If you have 2, share 1. I'll take 2 of those. You can share this one. We're like, what? Listen, he complicated for no reason, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. What? He might front like it's not his first time, but the way he's going about it, it sounds like it's his first time, and he wants to get it the way he wants it.
And that's the thing. think that she didn't express that that was his first time. She actually,
Yeah,
the way she was talking, it's like, no, it wasn't his first time. So I guess he wasn't as hard pressed to just go with whoever because he's so happy to have the opportunity. It was just like on some whatever.
right. See, so look, if it wasn't his first time, it wouldn't. Like, if it wasn't his first time, these
Not with them,
discrepancies,
just
these
people.
discrepancies that he's having, he wouldn't have them. I'm telling you from someone who has had multiple of these. Like
But
I've
that
had multiple.
experience has nothing to do with
It
your
does.
personal. No, your personal
No,
experience.
but all right. Not only my experience, but the experience with the different women who I've had these experiences with, and their rhetoric about it, and how it was brought to me, and how we dealt with it. I'm not just my experience, talking about the experience that I've had with them as well, and it's different women. So obviously, it was different experiences, but there's a gel that still had a similarity in their mindsets of how they went about it. You know, but most people, especially in a relationship, if you don't want to turn into a throuple, you're not really trying to pick somebody who you feel is your man's type as well. Because you want him to be like, yo, nah, this is really just a one and done. Like, real talk, most dudes, like, it would be something about a female that only that dude would think is attractive. That to everybody else, there's nothing about this female that's attractive, and this dude would be like, yo, damn, I want some of that. You know,
Right.
and that's because that's the man in him. That's the manly man in him, and the attraction that makes us want the opposite sex. I'm telling you, it makes us want the opposite sex. So
But
now
you
when you're with a woman who's telling you, yo, she's about to plus to you, you about to get double estrogen. A manly man with all of his testosterone, I'm like, bring that shit on, choose her. You choose. You heard? Yeah, you choose.
I don't understand what that
But
has
I'm
to
being
do with being a
serious.
man. Because you make it seem like if he's a man, he gonna fuck whatever.
Not fuck whatever. No, he's gonna whatever it is to make his girl happy. He will. If that's what his girl wants to fuck to, because remember, it's not him fuck. It's not like he's gonna be there like, yo, hold on, I got you, baby. And then nah, she's there too. It's them. It's them gonna be fucking her. So right. So this is why you let her choose. It's the lady. Most of the time, dudes are easy to satisfy sexually. Come on, like seriously, we're up and down, in and out. You know what I'm saying? Or your job is stay wet. You know, our job is to keep you wet, but your job is to stay wet. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's the most of it for men as far as getting us to satisfaction. Because once we bust in that, we really don't care about everything else after that. That's like the I don't give a fuck. We busting up, I don't give a fuck no more. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to us being satisfied, that's the gist of it. Now, hear me, oh no, I'm gonna be particular. No, I want the color of her hair. No, she has contacts, so oh no, she's too thin, or no, she might have too much ass for me, or whatever it is.
I need somebody else to call in because you're doing what you do and going extreme to the left.
Look at Skill. All facts. Uchoose his approach is off. He's a rookie, big time rookie. Because I'm telling you,
listen,
listen, my first time, right?
Sources, you already lost the battle with them.
I didn't even have a say. They jumped me. It was two girls just jumped me. Like, yo, what you trying to do? And I was like, I'm here. What you mean? What you want me to do? I'm in this shit. You know what I'm saying? That was my first time.
Preference or having a say.
Yeah, I have a preference. And we talk about that. So you make it clear. So this way, when she's making her choice,
that wasn't a part of the initial conversation. Is when they went out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's when, and that's what I feel like, Melanated. It's almost like this, I'm a man, I'm going to jump on anything. I have no standard.
No, it has nothing to do with standards. You can't say that if I'm in a relationship with you. How can you say I have no standards because I'm letting you choose?
He has a right that if they're doing this together to voice his desire. You're saying, oh, he's not a manly man.
Listen.
Whatever, come on.
His desire should be to satisfy his girl since she's bringing her to the table. That should be his desire. past that, like I said, especially if it's their first time doing it. If it's something that they do often and he's like, yo, nah, she don't never let me choose, that's different. That's when you really, but if this is a first time, you want to, as a dude, you want her, especially if you want it to happen again. If you want it to be a time where you get to think about your standards and think about the type that you really want, you have to get past the first hump. If you don't get in the door, then you can't really choose a seat. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to choose a seat before he got to take a plane. You're not going to fly nowhere, bro.
So y'all want to say that his comfort, he should not even say nothing. He should just be like,
he should trust the person he's in a relationship with to pick someone who she knows he's also going to enjoy. If she's picking someone that she's only going to enjoy and she's not thinking about him, because they must have had to have that conversation if it was on the table, like, yo, what kind of girls you like? What you like? What kind of things attract to you?
That is where your assumptions are getting in the way of the conversation. Like I said, she broached him about the subject. They never said, I was like, I think 5'5" and 5'7".
All right, so listen to what Kid from President saying.
They never had that conversation. It's when they went out, like I think to a lounge, whether it was hookah lounge or whatever. It's almost like, oh, well, we just had this conversation. So, all right, if we had to take somebody home, it would be shorty over there. He's like, nah, you know, what about old girl over here? And she's like, no, you know. And then it was like, not, oh, we planning to do this tonight. It was a conversation they had. It was very casual. And then they went out, and that's when it was like, wait a minute. I didn't think it was going to be where he would try and pick someone. And I think more of the reason why she brought the conversation to me was she was surprised by the type that he was pointing out. Like, at first she was just like, these bitches don't got nothing. Like, there's no similarity between me and who he was pointing out, except we both women. So I think she came to me more out of a concern, like, is this nigga, you know, looking at other chicks that don't got nothing to do with me?
Maybe he's trying to say, if you're going to add something to the mix, don't add more sugar to something that's already sweet. Add a little something else. Add a vanilla extract, or add some ginger, or, you know, change the flavor.
Here's my thing. That's what I'm saying. If he decides, because, okay, so here's another problem that I personally think the person had. I hope they don't see this and get upset. I feel like because she's darker tone, one of the women that was pointed out is Hispanic. So now her thing is, you know, you got a little fetish or something you're trying to try that you ain't never tried before. And this might be the one opportunity we get to try it. And you know what I'm saying? So, of course, you know, sometimes women, we get in our own head and shit like that. It just broached the subject.
Right. And you see what you just said? This is exactly how I'm telling you where his moves is rookie. You see, those his attitude towards this, especially like where you saying like, oh no, not her, oh no, not her. His more thing would be like, yo, oh, she's cool, I like that, but what you like is what I want to give you. It's not, he's making it more about him than more about them. You know what I'm saying? And about them,
I didn't get that from what she said at all. I said, I didn't get that she was saying, oh, this nigga only want to try something.
You're a female, you wouldn't get it. That's her story. You know, I'm trying to tell you his story, but it's all good. I understand.
His story, because you just say he's not a manly man and he shouldn't.
He's not a manly man, and that's why I'm trying to tell you his story. I'm trying to tell you his story. I'm being clear.
How could you give his story when you just...
Yeah, I'm saying he's not a manly man. That's still his story. He's not. Because if he was, like Skino said, he's played it wrong. If he was, he would have been like, oh yeah, no, I like that, but you know what I'm saying? That's not what you're into. Oh, how you feel about her? He's supposed to be gauging her to feel what makes her feel comfortable. Instead, what he ended up doing is giving her a complex like, now, wait, do I even want to do this? Because it looks like he might be trying to choose something completely different than I'm even
saying. No, but that's like, the people are going to get in their heads regardless. So to put it
not true.
No, listen, if they in bed together, and I also have another friend who had a situation like that. They end up in bed together, and here with the person picked someone that they thought weren't as attractive, and guess what? He messed with her after.
Right. So you see, the whole thing, of regardless of how you put it, is most females are worried about the after, right?
Right. So that's what
and this is, as a dude,
my friend's issue is. My thing is, if that's going to happen regardless, I don't see nothing wrong in him saying, well, okay, well, I want this type. Because regardless, if she going to get in her head, she going to get in her head. If she didn't want that,
but if you're thinking about doing something after too, then most of the times that's how they're going to be. And this is what I'm trying to say. This is where he ruined her comfortability about just going through with this and started giving her complexes. Because now he's saying, oh, no, not that for no one time. Most dudes, like Skeeto said, most dudes on a one time typically not gonna give a damn if they pleasing their partner. If they pleasing the female that they with, they're not gonna really be too much about it, because it's really not about them. It's really about pleasing their relationship, and it's about the experience that they want to have with their partner. So they want their partner to feel comfortable as can be, because we're gonna be comfortable. Like I said, us reaching satisfaction is way more simpler than it is with women. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying that, even if he's saying he wants to have a good time this way, then his opinion shouldn't matter, because let's make sure she's having a good time.
No, I'm not saying his opinion shouldn't matter. I'm saying he should state his opinion and trust that she's going to respect that in the person that she picks.
So here's the thing. If he's sitting there smoking hookah together and she's pointing people out, and he already feels like, okay, that person's not who I would have picked.
Then he should be like, all right, let me tell you how you say that. I mean, she's cool, but if that's what you like, then let's do it. That's what you do. You give her comfort. Oh, all right. Then you be like, oh, no, she's cool too. So you make her feel comfortable. So and if you really feel
your opinion,
no, but you voice your opinion without discrediting hers. You avoid, oh yeah, no, she's cool, but that right there is not like me. But if that's what you want, or that's what's gonna make you happy, so you make it clear, like, yo, look, that's not me, but for you, I will do that.
Yeah, but I'm still waiting for the part where, one, you be honest, and then two, you show what you want.
I am being honest. I'm saying that's not for me, but if that's what you want, I will do it for you. That's honesty. What's not honest about that?
She never gave me the impression where he was like, nah, never. Like in this icky kind of way. It was almost like, well, if we had to bring somebody home tonight, I will pick that person. He was like, what about Shorty over there? So it's not like, oh, no, not her, da-da-da-da. And it wasn't like, we're going out tonight to pick someone. It's just that so fresh
they were gauging.
Conversation.
Right. They
Right.
were gauging.
It's like, okay, well, good. Now we here and let's see. Again, it wasn't like a combative back and forth kind of thing. That's not the impression that I got. So I don't want that to seem like that's what it was. It was more like what about that? Well, what about that? And then it's like there was a little bit of, I guess, a theme that they both had, and them themes wasn't matching.
All right, so let me tell you the last relationship threesome that I had, right? So the last relationship threesome I had, I was the lady was like, how somebody
listen, Emskino said you and him are not good examples, just so you know. So we don't listen to you, but we're not gonna apply your story.
It doesn't matter, whatever. I hear you, whatever. Anyway, you might not want to, but someone listening might. Anyway, right? So she's like, yo, this girl at her job really attracted to her. She thinks the girl is cute and stuff like that. Would I be interested? I was like, tell me about the girl. Tell me how you feel about the girl. You know what I'm saying? Because how you feel about the girl is going to make me feel how I feel about the girl as well. Because you bringing this to the table, obviously it's not for me, it's for you. This is something that you're probably interested. So she's telling me about the girl, and I'm like, the girl sounded exactly like how she was, like light skin, hair, you know what I'm saying? My type, basically, right? So
Right.
obviously, if you're gonna be thinking about something that's my type in your mind too, like you said, y'all gonna be like, yo, what about the after, right? Or what about the so she was like, are you cool with that or would you rather pick somebody? My answer to that was, she's at your job. Are you going to be cool with after this, you still having to see this person at work? You know what I'm saying? Because if this is supposed to be a one-time thing, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to be comfortable to be at work and just act like it never happened because it's a one-time thing? She said yes. So when she said yes, I agreed to it. Now, mind you, I never met the person before. So now you still, as a person, gonna want to gauge the person, right? So you could be like, yo, do I even really want to do this? Is this like, yeah, I heard, but how does she really look? What is her description and what I see doesn't match up? Am I gonna be able to perform? Like, how do you get yourself mentally ready for that, right?
Prepared. Right.
It's almost impossible because you're walking into something unknown.
Right.
Now, when the whole thing goes to happen, we decided like, all right, when me and her said, look, we're going to go out first. Our plan is to end up at a hotel and, you know, go through this experience. But first we have to see if our energy and, you know, everything is there to lead to that. So we went out, we was having some drinks and food and talking and stuff like that. And for me personally, not my cup of tea. Yeah, she was like she described it and everything, but for me personally, it's not somebody that I would gauge in the street for Dola. It's not somebody that's for me. But I know the rhetoric that they have. I understand the attraction that she had. So, of course, I performed like I had to for her. And that was it, you know? But like I said, that also opened the door. So when the next time, she was like, you choose. You know what I'm saying? You bring some, and it was the same. Go out, hang out, and then decide, and we both felt the same way. So when you have these discussions, you trust your partner to pick someone that, you know, you're going to gauge, and you're going to be like, oh, all right, now I can see why she would.
Here's my thing. We can make these assumptions and be wrong. When she told you to choose, imagine she expressed her uninterest in the person, like, I'm good.
Right.
You may have been on some, I'll take one for the team, but for her, she's like, yeah, I'm not taking shit for the team. This is not for me.
But you see, that's for someone who didn't do it before. But because of the comfort level from the first experience, now the second experience, even though because she knew how I felt about, like I said, when I said that, you know, that's not really my type, that's not the type of person, but for you I would. She understood that, and we enjoyed ourselves. So when the next time came, even if that's how she felt, but she didn't, but even if that was how she felt, she still would have tried to gauge and hopefully would have got to that point. I mean, I can't say the latter because the latter didn't happen.
It makes me feel like y'all taking turns instead of mutually agreeing.
Well, but that is still mutually agreeing. You go this time, I go this time. It's kind of like saying, all right, this time you cook, I'll do the dishes. Next time I'll cook, you do the dishes.
What if you don't want to be forced into something if you're not attracted to the person? I feel like
you should say no.
Again, but when that happened, you say he's not a real man. Man.
You should say no to the whole thing. Shut it all down. It ain't gonna, because you're not trying to do something for her. You're just trying to do something for the relationship. You're thinking about yourself. So if you're thinking about yourself and how you're going to feel, don't do it at all.
We could also put a pin on it until we agree. Why not? It's not something like, babe, today is the 22nd of September. We going to find someone next weekend. And then you can't do it. And then y'all figured, okay, let me be ignorant, throw my hands up. It's almost like, oh, would you be down for something like that? I would. Okay, well, let's pick somebody. The first time around, it's like, okay, well, the one I picked, you didn't like, and the one you picked, I didn't like. We'll keep looking until we both agree.
But now when you thinking like that, now when you thinking like, yo, you should have seen what he was picking. Then right there,
no,
right there changes that. they're not going to want to have a next time.
I'm not saying for her particular situation, because I feel like she got into her head based on who he was picking, which I
most of the time.
Here's the thing. I think that would have happened anyway, just because of you have to know the type of person regardless, right? So she never told me about this until after they already had the conversation and they already went out and all of that, right? But I felt like it was one of those things where even if they went out that night and agreed to someone, I just feel like she's the type that had he engaged more than, maybe what she thought was suffice, then she would have had the same radars up. So, some people are just going to be like that regardless. But
okay, so now let me ask you something, right? Was it her who brought this idea to the table, or was it him?
Her.
Oh, so then you see, so it's kind of like taking a gun and shooting yourself in the foot and then trying to run. Like,
because what I said, okay, so this is what I said, because I do try to be fair, just regardless you're a woman or a man. I was like, well, you the one that brought it up and kind of made him feel like, okay, we're going to decide. So how could you be upset at what he's saying if you asked for opinion? It's not like you went to him with someone in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can be like, oh, okay, cool, that sounds good. It was on some, all right, well, let's find someone we agree to. So just because he didn't agree, or because you assumed when you approached him that he was going to pick this type of person because of who you are, you know what I'm saying? You can't be mad if he went in the other direction.
Right. And, what it is that it sounds like she needs clarity. She needs clarity in what's going on with his mind, because she seems lost. What she should have been like is, wait, why? What about her? Like, get the clarity, so this way when she's also trying to decide, now she can make better decisions. You see, like, this is what I'm trying to say. So with other times, so that last time I told you, she had someone in mind. Time before that, they didn't have someone in mind, and we went out and did like that. Yo, what about her? What about her? What about her? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if he was like, yo, how about her? Because look at the way how she's acting in the club. Like, she got to be a freak. She might be a real fun time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's not what we would normally look for, but her actions makes her attractive. She seems like a fun time. What about her? She's like, no, but look at her. She looked like a hoe. I'm just trying to say, and then you gauge. So we end up finding like, oh, no, nah. Then she would point out something that's more like, okay, since you said that about that, what about that?
Right.
Something completely different.
Y'all went out kind of on that mission. So that's, to me, a little bit different because there was an objective. Her coming back, it wasn't like, oh, we plan to go out, we're going to decide, and da-da-da-da. It's almost like, oh, well, we out here, what you think? Da-da-da-da-da. And then that's how it came up like that. I feel like if you notice the pattern is, okay, he was looking at some Spanish chicks, and here you are, dark skin, and you could find a Spanish chick that you attracted to also.
Right, and so that's what I'm trying to say. But she didn't engage properly either, because when she's saying, all right, this is the type that he's picking, and she's picking obviously the opposite of what he's picking, she didn't try and say, all right, let me pick something that I know since that's what he's picking, let me pick something where I feel is like something of what he's picking. She didn't try that. You understand what I'm saying? And in her defense, he didn't make her feel comfortable to try that either. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't try picking stuff that he saw her picking.
But I don't think in that time frame it was like this well thought out plan or this objective. It was just on some, okay, will you pick what you like? I'm picking what I like. I think she was thrown off by what he was saying he'd like. And I'm not mad at that. I feel like you should be honest. If you are thinking, okay, there's going to be a nice little one-shot thing, it's not someone we're constantly inviting in, then I want to try this flavor as opposed to this flavor. And her not going back and forth with him, it didn't cause an argument or nothing, but I think she brought it back to me on some, am I overreacting? And I just felt like I said, well, then just find a Spanish chick that y'all both like or whatever. That wasn't the objective of them going out that night. So I get a little bit of what you're saying. Like, if y'all going to decide, he could compromise some more. I don't feel like at that moment it was, okay, let's pick who we going to approach and let's, do this.
It's gauging. It's kind of like people watching. It's like, yo, that's what they were doing. They were people watching for the situation, for the conversation that they had. Right. And this was his perfect opportunity to get her comfort level even more, to find what he wanted. This was his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? By making it clear why he's choosing, why he's choosing it, why he's choosing this to help her make a better decision for them.
Why isn't the expectation that she do that too? Oh, let's pick her because she got a fat ass, or let's pick this one because she's this or that or that. I just feel like no one would do that.
What do you mean no one would do that? If we're engaging and we're people watching based on the topic that we talked about.
You're saying only he was supposed to be describing what it is he liked about the people. And, let's do this.
Yeah, that's what makes it clear. That's what gives her the clarity.
But if I tell you that I like this and I like that, or what about that? If you need clarity, that's on you to ask the question. It's not on me to anticipate that you need clarity.
You see, this is what I said when it goes to being the manly man and taking charge when you're supposed to, or stepping back and being,
That's almost giving me mind reader vibes, and I don't think anybody.
No, not mind reader vibes. How can I be giving mind reader vibes if I'm making it clear? If I'm giving you clarity, that's not mind reader. That's being stern. That's being direct.
But you can't say the reason I find this one attractive is for the same reason I find this one attractive, for the same reason I find this one attractive. If you're like, she's cute, she's pretty, her body is banging, do I have to elaborate like, let's find a common thread so that we can? I think that's too much.
But no,
what I like without giving you a fucking dissertation of what it is I like about them. Or I might not.
Listen, you're trying to, you want to say yes and no at the same time. You can't do that. You can't say, yes, let's do this, but, and I want your opinion. I want it to be someone that you're interested in doing. And then when he's like, yo, but let's do this. And no, I don't want to hear that. What?
You're saying it's one person's decision, and I disagree with that. I don't feel like because she approached him that it should just be on her and he shouldn't have an opinion. I don't agree with that.
No, he should have an opinion, but
I also don't feel like it's something that it's like he should just say, well, I want a Hispanic girl because I ain't never been with a Hispanic girl. He never said that, but I think that's how she took it. I feel like y'all could agree to find someone y'all are mutually attracted to. That's what I keep saying. And you keep telling me I'm wrong for saying that.
No, I'm not saying that you're wrong for saying someone that they're mutually agreeing. What I'm trying to tell you is, for most dudes, it's not going to be an issue with agreeing on something that she liked when you express the type of things that you like. If she is respectful for the situation and respectful for what she is trying to do and wants it to be a successful experience, she's going to take your considerations and your thoughts and the way that you was gauging and the conversations that y'all were having while y'all was, out just randomly saying, what about her? What about her? She's going to engage that and pick someone who's going to be mutually fit for the situation.
So Trini Nini, the topic tonight, if you was here on time,
and everybody else who joined in,
is if you are introducing a third person into either the relationship or just the bedroom, how do you go about that? So we were discussing a female who approached the subject to her man about introducing another woman into their bedroom. And it was just like, would you be down for that? And they agreed that they would both be down for it. Not setting up anything when they went actively looking during the course of the evening. It was almost like, okay, well, if we had to take somebody home, who would you pick in here? And the female came back very surprised by the women that the guy was picking, because it started almost like a complete opposite of like what she looks like. So then, it was that concern because us women.
Yeah, maybe he's like, yo, I wanted to feel like two different people up in here.
So his thing was she thought because she looked a certain way that his type would kind of be like that. And when it wasn't, she was kind of taken aback by it and then called on some, wait a minute, is this a desire? Like, is this a type that maybe it's I ain't never had one of these before, so let me try it, blah, blah, blah. And they, like I said, they didn't go out looking, but that was kind of the conversation that came back. Like, hypothetically, if we had to pick somebody, how would that go? I don't think they've taken it off the table, but it hasn't been an active, we're going to go out this weekend and go look kind of thing. I don't think it's off the table either. I don't feel like it's something that they're not going to do, but I think that they should personally both agree to be attracted to the person. That's my opinion. I feel like even though it's her bringing it to the table.
Right, her story shit. That's what her story says. Yo, listen to me, man.
That's why I'm not finished talking. So yeah, her story says that I think they should mutually be attracted to the person. And if she noticed that he's going after a specific type or a specific look, then there's nothing wrong with a compromise of her finding someone that fits that category that he's going to be attracted to, that she could also find herself attracted to. This fool think that you should just say, I'll just fuck whoever she brings to the table because I'm so happy she's bringing someone else to the table.
No, that's not my words.
But I'll let him put it in his words.
That's not my words, and that's not even the rhetoric. What I'm saying is this, most men is going to agree with me because what I'm saying is true. When it comes to that, especially if the female is bringing it to the table, as dudes, yes, because dudes don't give a fuck in a way, yes. As dudes, we want to satisfy our female, and if she's bringing this to the table, this means it's something that she wants to experience. The fact that we're saying yes, because most dudes are going to say yes, because, two is better than one all the time, anytime, that's what they say, right? And if he feels that he can handle it, he's definitely going to try to shoot a shot. Most dudes are going to agree to that. Now, with agreeing to that, make it clear to your partner the type of things that you think is attractive and things like that. And then trust that your partner is going to bring that to the table. If your partner brings something to the table in that first glance, you're like, nah, gauge it, and you're going to see, I understand now. But to just shut it off from the door because it's so different, you know what I'm saying? Then they're not having that understanding. Most dudes are just going to be like, yo, it's what you want to make you happy, so get what you like. I'm going to be good with you.
You be putting all types of words in a conversation. Nowhere in there was it he shut it down or she shut it down because of it. Like I said, I feel like from the conversation, she was taken aback by the type that he was picking. It wasn't no elaborate conversation on the ride home about, I saw you pick this and no. It wasn't any of that.
Yeah, she didn't do that, but she came to you with it instead of going to him.
But I don't feel like you're giving him the opportunity to just say and be honest about what he liked. If someone say, if we had to pick somebody in this club right now to go home with, who would you pick? You want his answer to be like, whatever you like.
No, I did not say that. I said, I like her. That's why, because of this and that. Blah, blah, blah. How you feel? I like that because of this and that. How you feel?
She looks intellectual, and I love a great.
How you feel about that?
That sounds dumb.
Why? Why? You want my opinion and then call my opinion dumb?
I said it sounds dumb.
Right. You want my opinion and then call my opinion dumb. Heard you.
I didn't say that.
No, you did. You said, we're out here. What would you pick? That's asking for my opinion. You said, what would you pick? You asked my opinion.
No, I'm saying what you're saying right now sounds dumb. Because if you're checking out people based on their physical, I don't know anybody who'll be like, let's pick her because she has the body type like this, and
we're not trying to keep her, we're trying to beat her. What are you talking about?
You only even brought that up after I told you the attributes, and then you're like, well, he should have elaborated. But when you initially said what you would say, you didn't bring up shit about she got a fat ass, she got big titties. You didn't say none of that.
She could be thin. She could be thin with no ass and no titties. It doesn't matter.
You're trying to be like you're splitting hairs. What I'm saying is you never use her physical attributes as a description to say why you will want to be. You
listen, no, what I'm trying to tell you is it's not about her. It's not about the other person. The dude, it should be really thinking about his person and what makes her satisfied. If he's thinking about himself, then that's what I'm trying to say. He's doing too much. So he's not thinking about her. He's not thinking about her comfortability. She's bringing it to you, bro. You agreed to it. Let her be comfortable. Let her get what she wants so she's comfortable. You're going to find your way because most real dudes are going to find their way.
Talking like they went there to look for someone. Like you.
Yo, listen to me. Hey, let me tell you about dudes. There's going to be many dudes in here who's going to tell you that they hung out with a girl that they didn't want to have sex with. Then she started giving them head. They had to have sex with her because of the way she gave head. Like, I'm trying to tell you. There'll be some dudes that be like, yo, I'm not going to eat her box. She starts giving them head. They eat her box just because of that. They, in their mind, is not something they want to do. So his girl, who he's used to having sex, he's attracted to, brings someone else in the room. They're kissing. He's kissing on his girl. They're planning on having this. There's no way. It doesn't matter whether she was freaking African. It doesn't matter if she was Asian. It doesn't matter if she was nothing of his type. The fact that he was in that setting, he is going to perform for her, with her. He's not going to be going all deep like, nah, no, you're not doing that. Oh, no, not her. These dudes are not going to do that. No.
Else need to come in.
But look, that's a fact. Look, that's a fact.
You don't take the fact of the actual conversation. You want to add your hypotheticals. It wasn't he was ambushed. He was asked his opinion on what he likes. Now you call
his opinion dumb.
You're not manly. You're not this. You should have said this so then she would have been comfortable.
Yeah, create a comfort area for her.
As the type that shuts his mouth to make nobody comfortable. You sure don't do that on these shows. So I don't understand.
Because this show, I'm not gauging anybody. What are you talking about? I'm not gauging anybody on this show. I don't have to do that.
You don't do what?
You're comfortable in your skin. I don't have to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, but you make it seem like she's not comfortable in her skin.
She's not.
Oh, my God. I can't.
I'm not making it. She's not.
So, if you ask me my opinion or what I like, I would assume that the way I answer is going to make you feel insecure in your skin. What kind of shit is that?
Listen, if I ask your opinion and you give me something that's completely left from I'm going to gauge that and be like, yo, why? I'm going to want to know more. I'm going to need, hold on.
So that is what you would want her to do. But you've been shitting on the way he responded. When if someone asked me between these three colors, which one do you like? If I say red, I don't know, and I'm not a mind reader, that you want me to say blue. So don't ask me my opinion when I give it to you. You tell me, oh, well, I should have said, oh, I do like blue, but it's whatever you want. That's not me giving my opinion. That is me going by whatever the fuck it is you say.
No, you did give your opinion.
Now,
you said you like blue.
Turn around and you say, what color do you like? I like blue. Okay, well, what made you say blue? That's different. We can have a conversation about why I picked blue, but don't tell me, well, I should tell you that if I say blue, oh, I think you should pick blue. You know why? Because blue is my favorite color and outside is blue and black. Like, you're doing the most. That's ridiculous.
Okay, let me make it simple for you. Yo, I like blue. You like red, right? Huh? So tell me what you like. Oh, yeah, I like blue, but you know what I'm saying? If you like red, I could do red for you.
That is.
If you like red, I will do red for you.
Guess what? You could say that after you find out the person fucking like red, not before.
Okay, but you're saying you're out there. So now you're asking his opinion. You like blue. You're finding out, oh, he likes red. Yo, I don't really like blue. I like red. But if you like blue, I'll do blue for you to make you feel comfortable.
Is it you can retract your words after you already say it? If you're trying to compromise, that's different. But if I'm a woman and I brought the subject to you and I say to you in the hookah lounge or wherever the fuck they were, hey,
what color you like?
If we had to pick somebody right now, who would you pick? And you pick blue. You don't owe me an explanation until you start realizing that I'm picking red. Then I can understand you saying, well, you know what? I really like blue. I see you really like red. Maybe we could try some red. That's fine. But you're saying that to even answer, you should already be compromising with the other colors, and that's ridiculous.
What are you talking about? No, I did not say that. Where did you hear that at, Ink?
Listen, you just said to make you comfortable.
Yeah. But I still stated what I like.
They asked you to make them comfortable. They asked you your opinion. That was the initial thing.
I gave my opinion and still gave you comfort. Yo, I like blue. You know what I'm saying? But it's still whatever you like.
How do you know I need comfort when I ask you something?
This is just a manly's nature to comfort his lady.
How?
It's cold outside. I'm going to put my coat over if I see you shivering. Now, you don't need to ask me, yo, can I hold your coat?
Maybe you're not answering because you want to keep in mind that you already know what the next line of questioning is. But I'm asking you for the sake of argument to act like you don't know I like red. If I ask you...
I don't know you like red. I like blue.
You don't know.
How about, what will you choose?
Red, yellow, blue. Babe, which one of these do you like? I don't know. You pick.
No, I never said that. No, I didn't. No, I said I like blue.
You like
How about you?
Yes. So if I now say, you haven't comforted me though.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You comforted me.
We're having this conversation. I said I like blue. You said red, yellow, blue. I said I like blue. How about you?
Backpedal. Don't backpedal now.
No, we're going to go straight. We're going straight through this.
If I ask you red, yellow, blue, you like blue, comfort me in not knowing what color I like, but still expressing to me that you like blue.
This is what I did. I like blue. How about you? Now I'm gauging. Hold on, listen. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. I'm gauging you. How about you? Because now I want to see how you feel about blue and what you like. So that's me now giving you a comfort level. Like, yo, I like blue. How about you? Tell me what you like.
That doesn't comfort me. Because even if you ask me and I said, oh, you like blue? I like the red. You can only comfort me after I tell you something and you realize that we're on opposite paths.
Right.
That's not what you said. You said when
that's how you interpreted it. That's what I said from the door. From the door, that's exactly what I said.
Anybody else?
From the door, I was like, he's doing too much.
Bullshit.
I said, he's doing too much. Oh, you pick this one, that one, and this one, and that one. You said it wasn't no 1-1. Don't make it sound like they both picked one color.
Just said that you can answer the question and give comfort at the same time.
I did. When I asked for her opinion, it's the comfort of saying I'm not thinking about myself.
Yo. Somebody else, anybody else listening to this that could...
Yeah, everybody else is listening to this.
What you saying?
Yo, listen, like I said, he was doing too much. The first... what you like? Oh, I like her. How you feel about it? Oh, no, that's not really my type. I like her. Oh, yeah, no, that's not really. What about her? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what they were doing, right? Instead of him saying, yo, I like her. How you feel about it? Oh, I don't like her. Why you don't really like her? Let me tell you what I like about her. Da, 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 da. You see, that's how you create comfort. He ain't do that. That's why she came to you after.
Anybody else want to call in?
Of course. We don't want the experience talking. We want to speak to people who don't know.
You do this every week, and every week.
I hear you.
It's
All
like
right, let's hear what somebody has to say. We got somebody coming in to try to help you
every
out.
week he
Look,
tells
you
me
got some
he's
help.
gonna
Let me
go
get you
back,
some help in here
look at
if
the
you need it.
conversation, and
Do
he
you need it? Yo,
never
what up,
does.
melanated? Welcome
He
to the
never,
show, melanated.
no.
Ink needs some help out here.
Every week he does that. He says something, contradicts himself, and then
I
acts
never
like he
contradicted
knows
myself. I
what
said that from the door.
anybody's talking about. He contradicts himself
I
every
said that
week.
from the door.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
I
You're
said he's
never
doing too much.
listen. It is what it is. You're never gonna rewatch this and see where you were
I
wrong.
do
You're
rewatch it.
never going to, but you're never gonna acknowledge that you did and then own up to it.
I rewatch it and see that I said exactly what I'm saying all the time.
Lie. The lie. Everybody else in here can't be crazy.
No, when you don't rewatch it. That's what it is. You don't rewatch it. I do. What up, melanated?
Thank you for calling,
Okay.
melanated.
Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Okay. So what I heard was, all right, so back to the color business. What I heard Uchoose saying was, okay, I like blue, but if you like red, we can go with red. That's what I heard.
Yes.
Is if he already knew I liked red, but you don't
Right.
know that when I asked
Right.
you.
But no. Did you not hear when I said you like blue? I like blue. How do you feel? What do you like? You didn't hear me say that part?
Didn't he start
That
with
was
that?
at the end, though. That was like
Right, because
literally
you
just
said,
now.
right, because you said, act like I don't know that you like red. That's what you said. So I'm acting like you asked me to change the situation for you.
If you listen to actually understand instead of trying to just reply, it would be so much better. So when I told him that she asked her guy what he liked, he said, oh, he shouldn't have answered it like that. That's how we even got to the color part.
Yeah.
How could you create comfort if you don't know what the other person is going to say until after they say it?
Like I said, he said, yo, I like that.
Oh my God. Whether you ask it or not. So my thing is, if I say to you, hey, if you were to pick out of here, what would you pick? There is no difference from you saying, I like blue. What do you like? Or you saying, I like blue, and the other person responding with, well, I like red. You still get the information. It doesn't give me extra comfort because you're asking me, because I'm still volunteering my opinion. So you saying it in question form after isn't more like, oh, you've already given your opinion, and the opinion is what she felt the discomfort in. It wasn't because he didn't care what she liked. He was just giving his opinion.
Right. But
and
you
being
see,
open about it.
Yes. But in the same sense, he still didn't give her that comfort to say, I'm still thinking about you. In his answer, it was only, I'm thinking about myself. Say, oh, yo, I like blue.
Let me
And then
ask
she goes, well, I like red. He didn't say, yo, I like blue. How about you?
Yeah.
That's when you gauging her. That's creating a comforting zone.
We're asking the guest. If someone asks you your opinion, is it not self-based?
It is.
Right.
Just wondering, because you're saying
it's self-based.
His opinion should be in comforting her. That is not him giving his opinion. That's him appeasing her.
No, it's him giving an opinion and making sure that she doesn't feel offended by it. Making sure that she is also reminded in the back of her mind that in his opinion, he's still interested in how she feels.
But you can't predict that the person
No, but you can show interest in how she feels. You can't predict anything.
I start a sentence, you cut me off after you hear
because I was still talking. You don't want to hear.
Again.
You're the one replying to reply. You don't want to listen. You got it in your head because you know the people that's involved, so you feel you know the situation more. I'm telling you from somebody who's outside, not so close. He gauged it all wrong.
That's not what I think. What I'm
I know
saying,
that's not what you
are you
think.
done? Are you done? Let me clarify, make sure you're done before I start. Go ahead.
I know that's not what you think, but yeah, in the same sense, like I'm saying, when you say, "Oh, what color you like?" We in the spot. Tell me what you like, and he goes, "Yo, I like that," and she's like, "Oh, I don't like that. I like that." Right then and there, there's a disconnect because he didn't create an atmosphere of comfort in answering her question. Yo, I like that. How you feel about it? Now that shows, yo, listen, he's telling me what he likes, and then he's asking me how I feel about what he likes. That's still his own opinion, engaging how she feels about his own opinion.
That is ass backwards.
No,
If
it's not. You
I,
see? That's why you feel
you
that way.
see, as soon as he stopped talking and I started, he had
Go
to
ahead.
jump
You had a comment about my thing. I had to say no.
again. Are we done? Are we done or no? If you ask someone's opinion, once they give you the opinion, you cannot say, well, my follow-up question is not going to make you offended by the opinion. That is an assumption that you're making. If you say, oh, we're looking at the storefront, which was your example. Oh, what do you like, babe? I like that. In my opinion, you should have liked what I liked. You already offended if I'm going to be offended anyway. If I'm determined to be offended by you not picking what I like, I'm going to be offended regardless because me asking your opinion isn't me really wanting your opinion at that point then. You get what I'm saying? If I say, what color you like, and you say blue, and I have my heart set on you liking red like I like, then you've just disappointed me regardless because you didn't pick what I want. But it comes back to, well, did I really want your opinion or did I just want it to agree with me? Mm-hmm. That's what I told her. If you asked him what he likes and he told you what he likes, how are you mad at that? Mm-hmm. You could have started it with, I like Shorty over there. What do you think about her? She could.
That's what I just said.
Did you see the difference in what I just said?
Nah, listen what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, by me saying, oh, I like blue, how do you feel? I'm saying that she's already having a negative reaction. I'm not saying that. I am gauging to see how she feels about me liking blue.
I didn't say you said that.
What?
I didn't say you said that.
That is what you're saying. You said that, oh, I'm already thinking that she's having a negative opinion by asking her that.
No, I said that when you say, oh, if I don't ask her how she feels about it, I'm not creating a comfort space.
You're not.
I disagree with that because I feel like if I ask you your opinion, but then I'm affected by what your opinion is only because it's not what I like, I would be offended regardless of what you said because it's not what I wanted.
True, but at least he's still, okay, she'll still be offended, but he showed that he was gauging in her, that he was interested in her opinion. By not gauging her, now she's in her head like, yo, the colors this nigga was picking is not even colors I like. Yo, like, yeah, I'm trying to think if this nigga, me and this nigga don't like the same shit right now. You see, because he didn't engage her. He didn't create that environment. You feel like, oh no, he didn't have to, but if he did, she would not be thinking like that. I'm trying to tell you.
The assumption that you're making. You're stating that had he only said, I like Shorty over there, what do you think?
God's gift for life says, I disagree about what a woman likes. Elaborate, God.
What the section is about? You just got here.
It's all right.
Okay. Thanks
Don't do that to our people who's joining us. I want to elaborate. What part about disagreeing about what a woman like?
No,
she's like, yo,
discount me because somebody came in who seemed like they might be.
I'm just saying, I just want to hear what you have to say about that.
Anyway,
he was there like, yeah, this is the guy. He's gonna save us all.
No, he sounds like he's talking against me though, so that's why I'm gauging him. He sounds like he's not saying what you're saying, so I want to gauge what he's saying.
Yeah, so when he catches up, then we'll understand with his comment. So back to what I was saying. What you're stating that had he questioned what she likes after, then she wouldn't have been her in her head. And I think that's an assumption that you're making. Because
it is.
Exactly, but that doesn't.
It's an assumption based on experience, based on creating that environment and understanding that environment that we're discussing about threesomes and bringing another person either into your relationship or into your bed. Now, if you're going to do that, whether it's the female, especially if it's the female that brought it up, regardless of what, as a dude, knowing this, you have to create a comforting environment for her, even if it's her who brought it to the table. For the simple fact that anything outside of that is going to lead to something further on in a woman's mind. You women start to overthink. You start to say, why the frick he picked that color? No, what's wrong with my color? I don't even mix with blue. How that shit works.
If someone is going to get into their mind, it is not something that you placed in their mind that got them there necessarily, and you keep saying that it's his fault. I feel like if you ask me my opinion and you actually want it, then I'm going to give it to you. It wasn't a debate. It wasn't a back and forth. They didn't get into no argument. She was just surprised by his answers. Now, how was that on him? Because she still, listen, don't interrupt me.
You asked me a question.
No, there's more. Part B, put pin in it.
Okay.
How could she be offended when she asked him? It's because she came with preconceived notions. That's not on him to
see that in the future.
Exactly.
To see that.
If you understand the situation it is.
So if she already had a preconceived notion, then whatever he said that wasn't already a part of that picture was going to be shocking, disappointing, surprising, whatever word you want to use. It was already going to be that. I don't care if he said, well, I like blue. What about you? Again, it comes down to if she bought him a tracksuit and she could have sworn his favorite color was red and she bought a red one and she's like, babe, what's your favorite color? And the nigga say blue. Oh, shit, I done picked the red jumpsuit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing you could do that would have thing. Now, had he said the same thing she said, or she assumed that he was going to say, nobody would have had any problems. But she was thrown off by it. Not because when she brought up the subject, she asked him, okay, well, babe, we bringing somebody in a bedroom. What you trying to do? What do you want her to look like? What we looking for? That wasn't the conversation.
No, the conversation was, yo, we in the spot. If we was going to do that tonight, who you choosing? Yo, I'm choosing that right there. How you feel about that?
Right.
So regardless of what he chooses, that she's disappointed about that, right? But then now the fact that he gauged her and was like, how you feel about it, it creates that narrative for her to say, well, I wasn't thinking that. That's not something that I'm interested in. It creates an environment. Oh, God. All right.
Anyway.
Let me ask you something, Inka. Let me ask you something, because you're saying you asked for an opinion, blah, blah, blah. You should give your opinion, right? Do you feel that there's ways to give the truth? You can give the truth harshly, or you can give the truth with thoughtfulness of the person that you're giving the truth to.
I feel that you can't hold someone else accountable. Let me finish. Do you see? Here you go. The bullshit.
You're not answering my question, though.
I absolutely am. If you shut the fuck up for like more than two
But be respectful.
Okay.
Don't be disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
Don't be disrespectful, Inka. Come on now.
Disrespectful how you're moving right now. It's like the whole thing. You ain't. Can I finish? Or is this you who can ring and say what you want to say? I'm just curious. Let me know the rules now.
You didn't answer the question still. I am waiting.
You haven't either. It's absolutely a way that you could communicate anything. But if you have it predetermined in your mind how someone is supposed to communicate and they are unaware of it, how do you hold them accountable for what you think they should have said?
Back to what I say about this dude being a fool. Now, with what you just said, how are you gonna, you don't know the person you're in a relationship with? You don't know how to gauge and have a conversation with the person you're in a relationship with? You don't know that, yo, if I say certain things, I'm in a relationship with this person is going to think this way. You don't know that. And if you do and still don't address it, you're a fool. This dude did not create an environment that made the female who brought it to his attention comfortable. If he did, the way he gauged it would have made her more engaging. She wouldn't have felt like, yo, this nigga choose blue and I don't even understand why. She would have been like, oh, the nigga choose blue. I don't like blue, but I understand why he chose blue. Oh, I don't like purple. I understand why he chose purple. He never created that, so that's why later she came to you. Yo, let me talk to my homegirl and see what the hell was going on, because we went out and that wasn't the plan. But I asked this nigga his favorite color, and this nigga said blue, and I'm over here thinking the shit is red. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made me the whole time knowing him, thinking he liked red, and the whole time this nigga liked blue, and I don't know why. Because she didn't engage that right there in the situation. And he didn't create that environment that made her feel comfortable enough to gauge him in that situation. Now, somebody who's been in these situations is telling you this dude's a fool, because even my first time in that situation, I knew how to gauge the other person.
This ain't it. It's not your situation. You keep telling me the way.
It's not my situation.
You keep telling me the way that person would have reacted, and you don't know from a
Yes, I do.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do. You do know if you put somebody in hot boiling water, they go, oh shit, it's hot. You know. You know, if you put somebody in freezing cold water, they're gonna be like, oh shit, it's freezing cold. You know. So you can't say that he didn't know. You do know. This is the situation. This is the environment you're in. You're not gonna
I don't think that's true.
White beater and drawers on, and there's a blizzard outside, and think you're not gonna be fucking cold.
Like other shit. Some people like ice baths, and some people like fucking jacuzzis. So
exactly. But you're gonna know that situation. You're not gonna not know.
Your assessment is when you're in a relationship with somebody, regardless of how long you've been, because we haven't even discussed how long they was together. But once you're in a relationship with somebody, you're supposed to know how they're gonna react to every situation that you bring to the table. So you should have the foresight to know that if you answer a question honestly about an opinion, that you're supposed to gauge them to know them, even though you don't know what they're offended by. Good job.
But that's not realistic.
If you value your partner's thought, you are supposed to gauge them. You are supposed to know that.
It's ridiculousness.
No, it's not. It's facts.
If you with somebody for a year, you're not going to
IT 718 says communication is the key. That's all it comes down to. And son never communicated. And she didn't communicate either.
No one's gonna know the first year. How they gonna know the 10th year? You not have the same knowledge as to how the person moves. That's not.
But still.
And then on top of that, new situations bring out different emotions, different reactions. So you can't gauge.
But this is how you gauge it. He never gauged it.
Here's the thing, melanated. You don't know what's gonna offend you or affect you until it is brought to you. Do you feel like if she thought she was gonna be so offended, she's the one that broached a subject about having a threesome? That doesn't sound like somebody who's so insecure that they need to be comforted by your opinion.
It's not about
it's
that.
Possible.
All right, let's make it clear.
Let's
make the clear. This is the first time they're doing this together as a relationship.
The guest is talking. What'd you say, guest?
I think it's very possible for somebody to just be shocked about what they're hearing and not necessarily upset or discouraged about it. Because like you said, if it is somebody, or if he's picking people that is like, time out, that's the complete opposite. It could just be him picking somebody that's the opposite because he doesn't want her to have any type of competition.
Right.
That could be him gauging right there.
Right. But he didn't give it a clarity.
But this is where it would come into Inka's favor, where it's like, yes, he's gauging, and he's not that was his gauging. So I guess that'd be more into your favor, what you were saying. That maybe that was his gauge, but then on Inka's part, it's like she probably didn't think that she would feel offended by that.
Okay, now let me give you some clarity how I hear what you're saying, and what you're saying is not wrong. But let me give you some clarity on this situation, how it can't make sense. Because if she asks for his opinion, right, and she's shocked at it, they're in a relationship, right? How does she not engage and find out why he made that opinion? How does she not say, okay, well, what made you choose this? Because I'm shocked that you choose that. How she doesn't get it? She doesn't. So you see, the environment, you see, and that was his part. This is why I'm trying to tell you he's a fool, because I know that environment, especially first time in a relationship environment. So if he would have gave it, you say, oh, you don't know what's possible. Yes. If he would have created that environment when he chose blue and she was shocked and appalled, but he was like, how do you feel about it? Guess what? I'm shocked that you picked blue, but why did you pick blue? So then now that never happened, and the environment comes and the understanding. So now the next person she picked might have a little blue in it. It won't be completely red because they engaged. He never gauged it. He said, I like blue.
Can I say something? So here's my question. You engaging, quote unquote, and asking a follow-up question, it doesn't make her not shocked, right?
No.
If you say you're putting it on her on him to know that she's going to be shocked when she didn't engage him that night. You simply just said that after he picked what he picked, and I don't think it's fair if we go by just one. So he picked one, then she picked one. Then he said something else, and again, she's like, well, I wouldn't have thought that that's what he would have picked, right? It is now on her to say, hey, that's the second chick that you picked, and I'm surprised by that. What makes you pick these ones as opposed to me? Like, I'm blue. I'm surprised you're picking red. I thought your favorite would be blue. A chick that looked like me or got some attributes like me, and you're going blue, which is a complete opposite from me. Why is that not on her to now then entertain? Because it may not be that she's not his type. It could be, like she said, you don't want to run competition. You want to try something you never tried before. Why is that on him to say, well, let me just secure the threesome and just go by whatever it is she's saying when he was asked his opinion?
Okay. Now, like you said, why is it one, right? Let's be clear. I'm going to just say this because this situation, right? You said that you feel that it might not be his first threesome. That's one why. That's one why it's not on her and it's on him. That's one. Two. Now, where you say, "Oh, she's shocked," and then pick one. Hold on. I picked one. She picked one. I picked one again. The second one I picked made her more shocked. So she was shocked at the second one and still didn't say anything, right? You know why? You know why? Because after he picked the first one and it was on him, she picked the next one. The second one he picked, he still didn't say, how you feel about this one then? He didn't,
but they're both adults. Like,
yeah, but still
right,
more.
So I think either way, somebody somehow should have communicated that. Whether it was him saying, "Oh, how do you feel about this?" and that,
listen,
or whether it was
as
her
natural
that was
nature
like,
men,
no,
as natural nature
Why
men
are you
are supposed to be the
this?
leaders in a relationship. We're supposed to be the ones that you hold our hand and we're taking the first step and you're right with us.
I couldn't hear
the natural thing. So as a man, a manly man, we're going to create a comfort zone for you to feel comforted.
Melanated, could you repeat that? Because I didn't hear the end of what you said.
I was saying
you said it doesn't matter if.
What did
she
I
said,
say?
yeah, they're both adults. So it shouldn't have mattered for him.
No, whoever brought it up.
Whoever brought it up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whoever brought it up. It's the fact that it should have been communicated. Whether it was him sitting there saying, "Hey, this is why," even though I do think that's a little. I think it could have been on her to be like, well, you know, why? But I do think that either way, however it came up, first of all, if you're sitting there talking about a threesome, I think it should be a little bit better with, you guys should be better with communicating to each other. Because there's no way it can get that far and then she's now having these thoughts.
Right.
Not to say she's second guessing it, but just to like be shocked about it. It should have been a conversation that came up some way, somehow.
Right. So I don't know if you got the beginning of the show. So she broached the subject, right, of it.
What up, Jamal Brown? What up, Melamat?
I don't know how in-depth, but I know that it was never discussed as far as, okay, well, what type are we bringing? What's she going to look like? I feel like, and I'm going to be honest, I feel like she assumed, based on whether it's the history or her as a type, she assumed that if they brought somebody in, it would be someone who has attributes closer to her. Right? That's the assumption. If you know the last person he was with was dark skin with a big ass, and you dark skin with a big ass, you think that's his type, right? That's exactly. Right. So the assumption may have been there. When we go out the next time, it's like, okay, well, we never, kind of went into detail. We just said it was something, we put on the table that we was going to do if we could both find somebody we like, right? So they go out, hookah lounge, whatever, and it's like, okay, well, hey, we out here. If we had to pick someone tonight to go home with, who you picking? That does not sound like I need to be comforted. I need to be assured of myself. I brought the subject to you about bringing a woman into our bedroom. I have to have some kind of confidence in what we have and myself as a woman, right? So if I come to you and I said, let's have this threesome, we're going to work it out, we're going to find somebody, we're going to play, fine. As casual as it may have been the first time, I think the second conversation was probably just as casual. Because like I said, nobody came away angry, mad, arguing. It never turned to that. So when I had the conversation with the person, it was more like, I was so surprised by what he was picking.
Does she know why?
No, I don't need you to tell me why. I'm telling Melanie.
I don't know why. I'm asking.
It was, again, like you said, it could be that he not looking to have nobody run competition, right? Could be.
Are you thinking hypothetically, or is that what he said?
Melanated. It could be like he said, just trying.
Don't answer my questions, right?
Right? It could be a plethora of reasons. However, it was never discussed or elaborated on by him.
Melamat, come join, Melamat. I want to hear your little story.
For all we know, Melanated, he doesn't even notice she's shocked by his answer.
Right.
For all we know, he isn't even aware that she was surprised.
So it's new enough to where that topic can still come up, basically, like that conversation.
Right.
What up, Melamat? How you doing? Thank you for joining us tonight.
Right? So it could be a pleasure.
We have a guest who wants to share a
Yeah,
story. Can we hear Melamat's story and then we can get back to the finishing what you're saying?
The method of a conversation added the guest. So I think she can take a story
Thank
too.
you. I'm hosting. Thank you.
Yeah,
how you doing, Melamat? Welcome to the show tonight. Let's hear your little story so we can hear what's going on with your little story. We'll get back to our topic, what's going on with us.
So did you just off? Like, is that
no,
what
I didn't
happened?
just cut you off. You guys
You
you was gauging something completely different. We already spoke about what y'all spoke about.
Was I not giving the story of what happened?
Yes, he was.
What you said?
Okay, guess I'm saying that. But I guess because you wanted to be rude, again, you decided, whatever.
Hello, Mela.
Good night. You don't want to finish, darling?
I did, actually, but I got interrupted because your story
She
was
was finished.
So go ahead.
You were saying the same thing,
No,
Inka.
go ahead, Mela. But Melanated didn't hear that. So you decided what was going to happen. Got it.
I'm the host.
No, you're the co-host.
Actually, I am the host. I'm her story tonight.
No, I'm her story.
You started the live, so that means you could be disrespectful.
Really? You started disrespectful.
Right, so is this back and forth?
No, I'm just saying, you can't say that someone's being disrespectful when you start disrespectful.
Got it.
Go ahead, Mela.
No, I was just
Don't feel like you're taking up her spot. You're not.
Yeah. Don't feel like it's an interruption of a story. I'm
Yeah,
sure
you're not interrupting.
you're not.
oh my lord. Okay, but no, I went to a bar one time.
Listen, I'm gonna let y'all have it. It's about checkout time for me. So I'm gonna piece it out.
Later, Ink.
Yeah.
Good night.
Nice. No, I was saying that I have a story where I went to the bar. I went to a bar and I met this couple. I didn't know they was in an open relationship. The guy was hitting on me, but I was into the girl more. He was trying. He asked. He offered to buy me a drink or whatever.
That's how you know it was a setup.
No, but let me tell you how the night went. I was laughing at the whole situation. I'm like, okay. He asked her. He was like, is it okay for me to buy her a drink? She's like, yeah, she's pretty okay. They got me a drink or whatever. He was doing too much. He was too much like clinging onto me. He started trying to rub my leg and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, you're just doing too much. The girl now, I wanted to take her home. I never had sex with a girl, but I wanted to fuck this girl for some reason. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to pursue her. So we was sitting there and stuff talking, and he started doing too much. Long story short, we went bar hopping, and he bought us another round and stuff like that. And he got upset. He said that they had a conversation before leaving the house. That yeah, they would take someone home with them, but he was doing too much. She basically told me, she was like, yo, if you want to fuck him, you can fuck him. I'm going, you can have him, you can do what you want to do. And I'm like, no, I want to fuck you. He gave me her number, but I never texted her. I texted her, like I did, but it wasn't like, it's not really about that life. I'm not young and I'm adventurous, so it's just like, I'll be falling back. But the more of the story, you guys will have a conversation in the house and you set boundaries, and then sometimes people crow off those boundaries. It's lack of communication.
Lack of communication. So, all right, so let me ask you, did she tell you what they spoke about before they left? Did she make it clear?
He was like, yes, I told him we could take someone home. But, she wanted to...
So why you didn't feel like why you felt like he was doing too much is what I'm trying to ask.
Because
like
he was all in my face. He was trying to like whisper in my ears. He was trying to caress my legs.
I mean, isn't he trying to?
But I think it was too much because she wasn't interested in him. Sometimes it could be a friggin' hello. So if you don't want to talk to the person, like, sir, this is harassment.
Right. That's what I was trying to get at. It was more of you was interested in the girl but not interested in him. So in the same sense, you really truly wasn't interested in the threesome with the relationship.
I was going to do the threesome, but I wanted more girls. And if she was comfortable with it, I would have been 100. She gave me the go to fuck him. And you're like, yo, fucking go fuck him.
Oh, so basically you feel like maybe the girl didn't want to engage in it?
No, Kim, because she gave her number.
Her number. Right, so that's why I'm confused about the situation. Sounds crazy because it sounds like in that relationship, one of them was having a disconnect in what was going on with you. Maybe she felt the way that the boyfriend was kind of into you as well. She probably didn't want him to be that into you. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was into you too. Like, maybe that was more of what it was, more than, him doing too much. But in the same sense, he still didn't create that environment for her either by doing too much. Because, you see, this shows the inexperience of a lot of guys in that situation. For a female, and this is how I started it off, for a female that's in a relationship with somebody, to bring another female into that relationship, the level of love that they have to have has to be different. And the reason I say this is because you are not, like, hearing your man cheat is different than seeing your man have sex with somebody else. Like, the actual visual of seeing it, the actual visual is a different level of tolerance that you're going to have to indulge when you're in this experience. You know what I'm saying? So as a dude, knowing this, regardless of whether she brought it to the table or not, it's the man's job in a threesome, especially when it's two women, because you got double the job, bro. You got to really put your A game on. You might have one on your face and one on your lap, bro. You got to be ready, bro. Like, you might have to be playing with both of them at the same time, left and right coordination, bro. You're going to be the one that's dominating this environment in a way, even though you're going to be the one getting dominated. You understand? So you have to create this environment. And a lot of the dudes don't know how to create this environment. They don't know how to gauge the partner, to make the partner feel completely secure in this situation, because in their mind, especially if while it's going on, there's a time where you stop paying them attention, they're going to be like, yo, this wasn't no threesome. This was me bringing somebody for you to fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to start in their head. So, but if you create this environment, you can have a fun experience, you can have a learning experience, and you can have something that maybe later on y'all try again with somebody different or with the same person. Y'all might feel comfortable with that one person and start a throuple where y'all are actually in a relationship with a relationship.
But
you know?
communication. A lot of people don't know how to communicate.
Right. And that's why, like, with the situation that Inka was talking about, when she was talking about with the dude, what I was trying to say is, when I said he was a fool, I'm not saying he was a fool because he gave his opinion. No, he had to give his opinion or else it wouldn't feel real. But how he gave his opinion, it didn't feel engaging, like it involved her in any way. It felt like, yo, look, we trying to find somebody for me, not for you. Instead of saying we trying to find somebody for us. So that's why after the whole thing, her being shocked with what he chose and like maybe even appalled at his decision, or feel like, wait, if this is the things that he's thinking, and I thought that this was his type because of me being his type, and he's choosing things that's not me, am I his type? He created that environment because he didn't create a comfortable environment in engaging in those type of conversations. If you're a dude that has a chick that loves females with fat asses, and y'all walk around, she like, damn, she got a fat ass. You don't say, hell yeah, damn, that ass man fat. You like, yeah, that's a nice ass too. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't go all crazy because you don't want
that's
your partner.
not that's not true either. Because
What you mean?
that last example you just gave, I've definitely heard and seen guys that'll sit there and they'll compliment or whatever just that same way. It depends on the female. Honestly, not every female needs to be coddled and, oh, but you know, you baby, you've got it going on.
Look,
You know
smart
what I mean?
dudes, manly dudes, no. Yeah, you're right. It does depend on the female, because if you got a chick that's like with the shits, then she understands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if she don't,
I
that's your
understand
lingo,
what
then she understands.
Yep.
But
Because
for the most part, dudes is in control of that environment, and if they do it right, they'll always go their way, regardless of what they think. Whether they think, oh no, she's not gonna pick somebody in my type. Trust me, it's gonna end up being your type because you gauged it the right way, and your partner wants you to enjoy it the same way that she's enjoying it. That's why they bring it into the relationship, because they feel that they're at a point where they can handle seeing it with their own eyes. That's the tough part about every threesome that I've ever had. The tough part was making sure that your partner doesn't feel like left out. Because it can happen. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen where, you know, they took a break and was just like, nah, you two just go ahead. I'll be back. Like, you know, so I've seen it that way, you know, and later on the conversation was like, you didn't need me there. I'm like, you brought the person there. What do you mean I didn't need you there? You're the one that wanted to leave. I thought you was good. You know? So I learned the hard way about this environment that you have to create for your partner to also, even if they're the one that brings it up. And you know, you say, oh, it depends. It does depend. But more so, if you create that environment and they're already like that, then you're even more good than if you offended them. So still in all, creating that environment still gets you your end result, what you agreed on, and for both of y'all to have that experience in a fun way, you know? So that's where I'm at with it. You know, and I wish Inga could have gave her story and explained how she felt, but you know, she had to go. It was getting late, and I do understand that because it is getting late, and I also have to go. So, with that, I'm gonna say this, fellas: if your lady comes to you with a threesome opportunity and you're interested, because there might be some dudes that's like, nah, baby, I only want you. Because they might feel, I'm just saying, they might feel that opens up the door to her, be like, all right, we did it with a girl this time, but next time I want a dude. And some dudes can't handle that. Some dudes can, you know what I'm saying? Some dudes ain't gonna be able to handle seeing their girl take prick in the mouth while they're hitting it from the back and shit like that. So I'm just saying, and vice versa. So, fellas, create an environment, make your partner feel comfortable. Even if you feel that she's comfortable, make sure you're always asking her opinion. Make sure you're giving her clarity on your opinions. So this way, even though she's shocked, because you're not going to be able to stop someone's reaction from your answer. You can't predict someone's reaction. But what you can do is let that person know that their opinion matters on your opinion. And that creates a comforting environment so that even if you do pick something shocking, they try to find an understanding of why it was so shocking to them and what made you pick something so shocking. And that right there, that clarity might clear up like, oh, now I understand why he chose blue. He chose blue because he always had a blue fetish from when he was a kid and he seen blue and he wants blue. Oh,
That just sounds like, hey, maybe people should do more communication exercises because that's all that was just now.
yeah. I mean, in relationships,
and that's on both sides.
In relationships, they say it. Communication is key in all situations, you know. And the two people gauging, they have to know how to communicate with each other to positively communicate it the way they need to. Sometimes people say things and the way it comes out of their mouth is not the way they meant it. It's just the way that it came out of their mouth. You know? So communication, yes, is number one, fellas. You hearing it from her. That's her stories, fellas. Communication. Communicate. Make it clear. Even if they don't ask you for clarity, give them the clarity so they're not in their head triple thinking and quadruple thinking because they're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, if you're going to gauge, that's how you're going to gauge. You're just going to have regular communication.
You know, but be clear about all of the things that you say. Be clear about how you give your opinions so that this way, when you are gauging, y'all have complete understanding and no one feels like abruptly negated from what their idea was in the beginning, from what the whole topic of bringing the conversation together was. And that's his story, and that's her story. So thank you all for joining. This has been another one of those crazy conversations that we always have. 9 times out of 10, me and Inka will not agree on a topic. So this is nothing new, you know, but tune in next week, Thursday, same time, same place. Peace.